Hey guys, if you guys are watching us live, let us know, give us thumbs up and all the likes and all that, and say hello. Let us know where you guys are from. We're just making sure that we are live here like we always do, because we never know, because there's a couple apps that are connected. So yeah, it looks like we're good on YouTube. Hey everyone, how's it going?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, how are you guys? How are you guys doing?
Always good. Always good, mate.
Yeah.
Usually when Rob and I are together, we usually like gel pretty well, and we've got like the ability to nudge each other if we're gonna like go first or go second. But hey everyone, Paddy McGill of Thinkific. Dan, how you doing, sir? Thank you so much for joining us for today's Facebook Live. Real pleasure to have you here. I already love your T-shirt. I survived in Summit Island. I survived in Summit in real life. I get that. Yeah. I finally understood that now, because I got that wrong before. I was like, "What's IRL?" Island?
Yeah.
For the second time, I've got that wrong live on a live stream with another YouTuber. So this is great. This is a great start to the morning.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Dan, how are you doing, man? It's a pleasure to finally have you. I met Dan in LA at Bid Summit, where it looks like I met everyone. Yeah. So yeah, man. Dan was manning the 24-hour live, literally for 5 days.
Wow.
Not the whole 5 days, but they were live streaming for 5 straight days there. So Dan, say hello to everyone and watching us live on YouTube and Facebook.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on, Rob and Patty, and everybody else that's here. Thinkific. I love the platform, and I love what you guys are doing. And I love this, this Facebook Live that you guys do like pretty much almost daily, right?
Yeah.
It seems like, which is awesome.
We've had to put it. I think we put it up like into like February. We put it up into like 8 a.m. starts, because I'm no spring chicken anymore, so these 7 a.m.s are taking its toll. So I'm getting a bit grey around the sides.
Yeah, for me on the East Coast, it's pretty nice, like 10:30,
Yeah, rise and shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah, we're gonna do it like 8 o'clock. So it's still early for a lot of people, but it's gonna be a big difference for me and Patty's. But yeah, it's been going really well. So Dan, I wanna jump into a bunch of things. YouTube, creating a personal brand. You've got your own brand as well, where you do a bit of affiliate marketing. So maybe just tell everyone, what you are, what you do, who you are, and what you've been up to lately.
Well, I'm an online video producer. I've a film background, so I'm a filmmaker, video editor background. So probably about over 12 years professionally trained in that area. But I always knew production wasn't for me. I want to be able to be home with my family. I want to be able to create an online business. So I've followed guys like Pat Flynn and Sean Cannell and Roberto Blake and these different guys that own video that have taught me hey, you could build a business online with video. So what I started to do last year was affiliate marketing with the parenting brand. My wife and I were new parents last year, so we started a brand called Parent Pacifier. Just to get something started, and because we realized we relied on YouTube so much just for anything with parenting. 3 a.m, you're searching how to do something or how something works, or how to help your baby who's congested. That's what's going on right now. So we're hey, we could basically teach people exactly how to do this with the skills that I have in video, and create videos that are really targeted and can target an audience and be able to hopefully make money to fund that, right, through something like affiliate marketing with Amazon or different programs that have affiliate marketing. That's something that Pat Flynn has done for years that I've always wanted to do. So when I finally found the outlet and opportunity to at least get something started and try, I don't have a passion for parenting stuff, but we're parents, so obviously we know it's what's happening. We want to be able to help others, so that's what we started January 1st of this year. So it's almost at this point almost a year in, which is pretty cool. It's cool to be able to get to that point and learn all the ins and outs of creating content on YouTube and actually all over. And now I'm starting to build a video marketing platform where I could help businesses create video that actually makes sales and gets leads, as opposed to just hiring a filmmaker who's going to do something creative, which is what my natural tendency is, right? Do something creative, have these creative things, but it doesn't always make sales. And I think that's the same for course creators too, understanding how you can use video to market your course, because you're a business, right? You need to have videos that market it, and those videos be strategic. And that's what I've learned doing parenting and affiliate marketing. And now I want to be able to transfer that into a real service for for people, or coaching and consulting, to be able to use video for your business to actually make leads.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, obviously I'm a parent myself, so I think there's a huge market in that, but it's a really, you know, to some people that might be really specific. So tell us, like, you know, sort of what your plans are, what your thoughts are with like coming up with picking that specific topic, and, you know, how you feel about, like, you know, like picking a really specific niche in general, like, you know, for people out there that want to teach something, you know, like how do you go about picking that topic? So that you know, you can service them and speak to them in their language.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was really hard, and I get it. Like, it's really hard to kind of figure out how to niche down. Like, everyone tells you, like, you need to niche down. It's what you need to do. And absolutely, it's what you need to do. Even more so with more and more people creating content online because of how much competition there is. So for me, it was really hard. That's what took me so long to take action. Like, for years, like I said, I've been listening to Pat Flynn probably since 2012, and I'm like, I need to do something, and I couldn't figure it out. Even when I started focusing in on creating for YouTube, I'm like, what can I teach? What can I do? I want to do something. This is where I want to be. And I feel like I could be creative and actually serve and teach people. It took a really long time. And in fact, it wasn't really until like the 3rd month that my son was born, and we looked up a YouTube video, and it was like, man, it took so long to get to the point and all this stuff. And I'm like, wait a second, I could do this, and we could focus in on helping brand new parents or expecting parents, you know, in this exact area. So that's kind of how it happened for me, because I'd sat down and been like, I could do this, but I really want to do this. It's so hard to kind of be like, when you have so many different angles to go. So I guess for me, it was kind of like, I realized my most desperate need where I needed to learn. And basically, if you could find out for yourself, then you'll know what you could do for someone else. Cause you're basically looking for you, right? Like, it's most often you want to serve, you're best at serving people who are just like you in that particular need, because you'll know exactly what they need. So that's kind of how we picked it. We went, because I had been searching forever, and I was like, this seems perfect. We could do reviews, we could do tips and teach things and share things. So, you know, kind of breaking it down for me would be just kind of focusing on what are the things that you've needed, maybe you a year ago, maybe you 2 years ago. What were the things that you wish you had, and then you're now well equipped to be able to serve that person that's 1 or 2 steps behind you. I think that for me, it was a good way to kind of niche down and focus in on a target audience.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Yeah, like really look back at maybe what you've learned and who you were maybe 6 months ago or a year ago or 2 years ago, and like what would you teach yourself even, and because there's other people like you. So that's, yeah, I've never heard that before. That's a really good tip. I want to say a quick what's up. There's a couple people here in the YouTube live. Gord Isman and Simply Beth. Hey, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Let us know where you guys are from. Gord, your name sounds super familiar. Dan, I think maybe let us know who Gord is. But
yep.
He sounds super familiar. I've seen him somewhere on social media or on your channels. But yeah. If you guys have any questions throughout this live, let us know, guys. Drop them in the comments. We're answering them, and we're reading them here. So
I'm gonna just jump into.
Yeah. Go ahead, Patty.
Got a couple of people. So we've got Gord. Did we give a shout out to Gord? So Gord says, in real life, I got that one this time. Iron Man Dan Norton. And we've got Simply Beth. Hey, how you all doing? Thanks so much for joining us. And Gord's in Toronto. So yeah, how you doing, everyone? I want to go back to what you were saying there, Dan, because I think for a lot of people, you cracked the code, but it obviously took quite a lot of that work, a lot of work. Was there was it a case of you just literally searching, like, how do I get my child to sleep at 3 a.m. on YouTube? And then you're just like, this is so bad. I need to I know I can do a better job. So that was like the aha moment.
Yeah, it was very much like that. I forget exactly what we were watching. I think it was kind of a combination of those. When it kind of all goes back to when our baby was first born, my wife had to have a C-section and all. So it was a kind of a rough couple of days. So that first week, I was doing all the diapers, I was doing all the swaddling. So when it came to, just going on from there, I was doing all the swaddling with him as a newborn, and every night, just because I had been doing it, so it was kind of natural for me to be doing it. But I had to go back to work, and my job is I work in live streaming, so I work with sports for Disney, so it's kind of all around the clock, different live streaming around the world for different things. So my hours aren't really consistent, or not really like 9 to 5s. So one time I think I was working late, or I had gotten home really late, so she had to do the swaddling that night and couldn't figure it out because I had never shown her and she had never done it, you know? So she was looking up videos and couldn't find anything that was like really focusing in on how to do it. So that was one of the first keys for me. And then at night, one night, like they said, at 3 a.m, I think he was sick or something, and we were looking up how to use something. It might have even been like the nose Frida or something, which I just put a video out about this week, that it's like, oh, is this safe? Can I use this or whatever? I'm looking up, I'm like, I don't know. And then I realized, like, wait a second, we could be doing this. We could teach other parents that are probably looking up how to swaddle their baby at 3 a.m, and not have like a Big 10 video with like 10 different things that are not connected, but really focus in on one thing per video, so that you could have a focused in, you know, content that are like, oh, this is the one thing I needed. And then if you help them with that one thing you needed, they're more likely now to kind of follow in with you and grow with you. And, you know, for the parenting channel, it's kind of the opportunity of like, all right, well, the audience that we get, we could start making more and more content as our son grows, because their kids are going to be growing as well. So it's difficult, because a lot of parents that are like looking up those videos are not looking to subscribe to a YouTube channel. You know, they're looking for that one answer. So I get a lot of people that are just non-subscribers, but it's opportunity to reach those people, help them, and they'll remember you when you come back. So that's what I feel like, kind of focusing in on that newborn, that expecting parent, that tired parent at 3 a.m, to save them a headache. That's kind of where I was like, well, this would be exactly what I would look for. And if I could find then a channel or find a resource that could give me all those things. So yeah, it was kind of that desperate moment to figure it out.
As you know, it shows that obviously you've obviously care a lot about the topic, and it's come through. But one thing I think particularly stands out here, and I think this is like a bit of a chicken egg scenario that you have. As a course creator, we've always been told, you always teach everyone, you have to get direct, you have to deliver the outcome to that person as quickly as possible. Which is great, and obviously that's something that you said that you want to do. But obviously, what you've mentioned there, and I only just thought about it, as a YouTuber, your goal is to keep that person obviously as long as possible on each film, and potentially get them to keep like binge watching onto the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So you have a very distinct challenge where how can you deliver that outcome as quickly as possible, but yet get them to go on to something new. Because probably at their moment of need, they've got their baby now. Yeah, baby's gone to sleep. Yep. And then that's it. Like, what do they do next? Yeah, that's very challenging. So what have you done to potentially address that, or is that something you're still trying to figure out?
Well, I think one thing that we did with that particularly is, you know, how you strategically set up your videos for people to, you know, have that call to action to subscribe, right? Or you mentioned like, hey, we do videos just like this one. So, you know, if you're new here, consider subscribing, keep watching this, you know, this content. We'll have more of this to help you. So for me, getting that early on, you know, sometimes that works against you, because that'll cause some people to kind of jump off because they're like, oh, I just want to get to the point. You know, not even spending too much time there, but it's like, hey, here's the topic. It's really how you've strategically set up the videos. And that's what I've learned from guys like Sean Cannell, and a whole lot of different people that have, you know, taught how you could set up your videos for YouTube. But kind of coming in with the topic, like, hey, here's a topic. I'm going to help you swaddle your baby in 3 steps. So make sure you stick with me to the end. But hey, if we're new here and this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Dan. My wife and I help, you know, new and expecting parents with baby product reviews, parenting tip videos, just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now let's get into the content. So if you kind of have that little call to action, it gives them that opportunity to think. But if also, as long as the content is good, even if they don't subscribe or they don't come in at that moment, if you've helped them in that hard time, likely the next time they have something up, they may think of you first and come back to look for you. So there is the challenge in there, though, where it's like, well, hey, if you have something where you're teaching a very strategic thing, then it more likely someone's going to subscribe. Like Gord Eisman. We have Gord Eisman, like we were talking about. He's a good friend of mine. I think you guys saw him when you're on Ross Brand's live stream. Yeah. He teaches Camtasia. And I've been telling him he needs to have a Thinkific course, specifically Thinkific, it would be perfect. And you guys, he teaches Camtasia, like how to do editing tips and all different things like that. So for his channel, someone might come and say, all right, yeah, I am going to subscribe because I'm going to be getting constant, I'm going to be getting these tips because I'm learning how to do this. So I think in that case, someone actually might be coming to look for stuff like that, because it's almost like a course, right? Like it's almost like it's tips and you're teaching. So it really depends on the niche, and then you got to figure out strategically what works for your audience. And that, I think that just takes taking action. For me, it took taking action, and I figured out like, all right, what's working. You start watching the audience retention on each video, and you say, all right, well, this is not working anymore. Let's try to fix this and see if that gets us more. I think the thing that's gotten us most subscribers, though, is just making good quality videos, like actually answering the question, putting in as much detail as you can without it, like make it as long as it needs to be, but as short as possible. I think that's what Sean Cannell's always said. And you get to the point. Some of the videos that I've spent a ton of time on aren't doing well, but some of the ones we did really quick but really answered the question, they're pulling people in all the time, which is awesome.
That's awesome. a great way to sum it up. So I think that's anyone out there that's facing a similar challenge, absolutely, make sure you do that. So I want to ask quick about affiliate marketing. So I think for the first time, the longest time, I can talk to someone who's working in like we call it the business to consumer side of the affiliate marketing space. So how did you sort of go about getting started with that?
Well, for me, it all started with just Amazon Associates, right? Everyone uses it, and everyone trusts Amazon, so it's easy for you to get started. If you have something that you're going to be using, you're going to be recommending products on, like actual physical products. Well, Amazon's a great place to do it. They have a bunch of rules, right? I mean, with affiliate marketing, you got to follow a lot of rules anyway. Yeah. But Amazon even has more rules on top of that. You can't use it in email. You can't use it in a text message. You can't use it in a PDF. But you can put it on particular websites that you put into your associates. You have 180 days to actually make 3 qualified sales. Once you do that, then you're fully approved. So and a lot of times with like YouTube channels right away, if you put in your YouTube channel, you'll get approved pretty quickly, but you want to be making videos, making content, getting subscribers, because you don't want them to shut you down because you don't have enough traffic. And I think it's great for course creators too, because you should be having affiliate marketing in there as an extra source of revenue. 100%. And you could be using that right in your course, because all you got to do is tell Amazon you're using it on this URL, and you could be posting that in there. I think that's really helpful. And so I started with Amazon, and I needed to make 3 qualified sales. So the first month we're like, let's put out these videos that we can, and shared it out to people that could use it. We knew some expected parents like, hey, check this out. If you want to make a purchase, you could do it through our link. We'll actually get it, and if you need to, if you're getting down to the moment, just tell someone like, hey, go on there and buy off my link. Like, if it's, if you need to make sure you get approved.
There's nothing bad's going to happen. You're essentially doing you a favor. It's no extra work for them. They're still going to click a link. It's either going to be a link that goes direct to Amazon. They do a search, but they're going to go straight to the product. So they're probably like two clicks and a search, shortcut type of thing.
Yeah, and with Amazon, they don't have to even buy the product you told them to buy. Anything that after clicking on your link for 24 hours, they could buy anything, and you'll get a commission off whatever they purchase, which is what's so nice about Amazon. The commissions are small, right? They have a small commission because they're so big and they can do that. But everyone trusts them. So, like one thing that we're selling a lot of is emery boards, these little like nail files, because we have a video that my wife did, like how to file your baby's nails, and for 2 months it went nowhere. So like even if your video is not doing much, it may take off at some point, because if it hits Google or hits suggestive, it may take off. And I didn't even realize it was taking off, because we had kind of, once you do a video, you kind of move on. And all of a sudden, sometime midsummer, and I'm like, why are we, because you can see a list of everything you've sold. I was like, why are we selling so many emery boards? And I look at the video, it's like it hit Google, #1 on Google search for how to file baby's nails. And I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. That's the power of doing YouTube videos, which is also a power of like how you could get more traffic to your course, is if you're targeting particular keywords with your YouTube video. If it hits Google, people are searching on Google and on YouTube, and you're finding it in both spots. So not only am I making affiliate sales, you could be, if you have a course, you could be making, people coming to your course, getting more awareness that way because you've hit Google search results. And so that's, for me, it was like, well, okay, this is kind of cool. But of course it's like 2 cents per emery board. But hey, over time that adds up, especially if you're getting a lot of traffic to it. So affiliate marketing has been cool. Like we want to start expanding out into some bigger, more online or digital products that we could show that are good for parents.
Yeah.
Because not just because they make big sales, right? That's not why you do affiliate marketing. It's because, hey, I trust and use this product. Like that's so important to state when you're doing affiliate marketing, because there's a lot of people that look at it, it's like look down on it, say like, oh man, this is like kind of scammy because you're just trying to make money. You don't know this product. But if you suggest a product that's terrible, people aren't going to come back and watch you because they don't trust you.
Yeah.
But if suggesting stuff that works and showing exactly how to use it, I think that helps both ways, because you're building your audience and you're able to make a revenue source. It might not be your biggest revenue source, but it helps kind of bring that in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think a lot of people are going to be looking like, well, I want to just use exactly what you just talked about. So like, how can I do that? So just, yeah, don't be shy about it and just share it. You're actually helping a lot of people. No, that's a good point. I wanna just read off a couple comments here from the YouTube live. Simply Beth is saying that she buys off of friends' links all the time. She's laughing about the nail files. And we've got Ross Brand here. Hey Ross, what's up? How's it going?
Hey, Ross.
Ross is here on in the Facebook Live, and also Gail. So Ross has a question. He sees a lot of YouTubers load up their descriptions with affiliate links, and others that put one link to a page on their website with their affiliate links. Which is the better way? You have any thoughts on that, Dan?
For YouTube, I can't back it up with any stats like that. I think that's something specifically, like if you're going to talk about what's the correct or best way, probably best for someone like Sean Cattle, Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson. But the thing that I've seen that works is, well, one thing, you don't want to just put affiliate links in there that you're not helpful, like not talking about the video, right? Like if it's not talked about in the video and you're just throwing a lot of that stuff in there, it's usually not helpful. You might get flagged for sending people off YouTube, because you're just trying to make that. For me, I've always just put specifically what's been in that video. Some people do too, like, hey, like what gear you've used. I guess that's okay. Like you throw that at the bottom if you want. You just have to be clear that they're affiliate links. So as long as you're being clear that they're affiliate links, and I like to find ways of just using it to build out the description of like, hey, if I did like 10 tips, like one video I got that's starting to really hit, which is funny. I made it in like February. It was going nowhere all year. And then once September hit, how to help a congested baby, like 10 tips on how to help your congested baby breathe, made a lot of sense. All of a sudden in September, all of a sudden it's hitting all these views because people are searching for it. In there, I put, each tip, I put down the product that I use for each tip and listed it down there because it makes it easy. Like, hey, in the description below, you can find the links for all this stuff and go there. It can potentially work against you though. Because if you want to grow your YouTube channel so that you could grow your marketing, you gotta kind of be careful how many times you put links in there, because I think that will send people off. But it is important if you're looking to build a revenue, if you're looking to point people towards your course, then you want to have those links in there. But I think it's just about being strategic. If it's a lot of links because you mentioned a lot of things, I think that's one thing. If it's a lot of links and they have nothing to do with the video, that might actually work against you.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You have to. It looks like a judgment call. You
got to be relevant, right?
Yeah. I was going to ask actually about something you mentioned, and I think is really important, and something I think not a lot. And actually, there's a huge certainly in the US and in the UK, obviously where my hometown. There's a lot of there's laws now that say you have to disclose every single time that either your video is like going to have a paid promotion, if you're going to be like saying this, I back Orange Cups and it's an amazing thing, or you have to say it every time, because I don't think a lot of people do that, and actually a lot of people on Instagram don't do that, and you can get serious trouble by the FTC, who will like slap a huge fine on you. And in the UK, they'll put a huge it's like a trade commission. They'll put a huge fine on you, so you have to disclose it. Like I know it's like, but there's always great ways to do it. You can just and like Dan said earlier, you say these links, these are affiliate links, or these links, help me get paid to support the channel, or so I can give you better content. There's always a great way to do it. You don't have to just say like this is an advert, which is obviously what the FTC want, but that's something for everyone to bear in mind, because not a lot of people do it, and they just try to sneak it in under the radar.
Right.
So are you looking to do like more bigger brand partnerships like later down the line? So let's say, I don't know, Babies R Us or something like that. Is that would that be like the golden ticket type of deal?
It's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already, with one brand, Baby Brezza, we were only, look, here's the benefit. If you put in the time, and this works, I think, great for course creators too. You put in the time to make videos that actually help people. It really doesn't matter how many subscribers you have or how much, whatever, how many views you have. If you've got videos that are helping people and you're getting that traffic and people are saying like, hey, this was so helpful, this was so helpful, you could show that to any brand at any point. Like, there's no reason to hold back, like think that I need to hit some magic number. At 230 something subscribers, only maybe 6 months into the channel, I reached out to a brand that said, I would love to do a giveaway with you. The people really, like, we did a review on, 2 of your products, and we're getting like a lot of traffic, a lot of people, it helped a lot of people. And I didn't get I got a response back about a week later, didn't do the giveaway with them, but 1 month later, still only like 300 something subscribers, they offered us a free product that had not been released yet, and said, we want you to do a comparison with the old one, and if you could do it, we'll send it to you for free. I said, yeah, it's a $200 product. And we were at like 400 something subscribers, I think, at the time, and now that's one of our best videos that are pulling people in. So it's just kind of being willing to reach out to brands, and whether you get a free one or you get a sponsorship deal, you get even more affiliate marketing opportunities that maybe may grow, right? Because even if brands don't have affiliate marketing, sometimes you could work that out with the brand themselves and have something that's maybe more, or get a discount opportunity for your particular audience. So I think there's a lot of different ways that this just takes thinking outside the box and being willing to reach out, not being afraid. Because I thought that, I was like, man, I only have 200 something, like this brand's not gonna hear me. But why not take the opportunity to just reach out and try?
Yeah.
I think not enough people just are willing to take that action and saying, hey, let me get on the phone. I literally called customer service and said, can I talk to someone in marketing? I want to, have an affiliate, a brand, and I would love to do a giveaway. And they were like, oh, I've never gotten this call before, but let me get you a name. And I got a name and an email. So like, that's huge, where you wouldn't be able to find that information online, or you'd have to do a lot of digging, and then they might not be willing to hear from you, but because they relayed a message to her, and then I emailed her. Now that double connection, and those are ways that I think anybody could be doing that. Now I want to do more of that. Currently, I'm focused on being able to build a service to help people with video while still doing the parenting stuff. And I want to be able to use the Parent Pacifier as an example, just like we're doing right now, of like, hey, anyone can do this. You could build your audience, in this way. And video, it's a lot of work, but it's not as scary as it seems. We all have amazing cameras in our pockets.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no, it reminds me of there was a talk at Vid Summit about Dan, you might remember the guy's name, the speaker. He built this like movement called No Small Creator. And so like every creator is like, they're putting their heart out there, they're putting themselves out there. There's no small creator. And so like, yeah, it's a good tip, man, that like, even if you have only 200 subscribers or like a really small following, just reach out to these brands, right? I know and Patty can probably speak on this. We are happy to work with, influencers of all and creators of all, like the whole range, right? The big influencers, the small influencers, it's all really relative. And it's more about the engagement rather than like the number of followers, right? So if somebody has like 100 followers, 100 subscribers, but they have huge engagement, that's more valuable than like somebody with 100,000 followers. And Patty talk about this all the time. So
yeah. Well, I mean, to take for instance this, right? In my analytics, 92% of people who watch my videos are not subscribers on Parent Pacifier.
Oh, crazy.
And that's because it's all about answering those questions in search. And I just learned this actually from Morning Fame.
Nico.
How do I forget his name? We've had a good conversations together.
Nico.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel bad now because him and I have had great conversations.
Nico's great.
Nico's awesome. He just released on Morning Fame, how you can rank your videos for YouTube and for Google. He added the Google option and explained what the difference is between between your videos on YouTube and on Google. And the difference is YouTube is going to rank your video based on how many people are watching your video, right? How long they'll watch it. Google is ranking your content, your blog, your YouTube videos about how well you answer the question. And I was like, oh man, that makes so much sense. Like, and that should be, if you want to target Google, sure, you got to figure out the backlinks and all those different things, right? But if you're answering the question really well, YouTube is going to want to suggest you because they want to suggest the right answers, right? They want to suggest the first thing you're going to see is the right answer to your question. And especially if you're doing it on YouTube, since Google owns YouTube, it's going to want to promote itself, right? Exactly. So putting up YouTube videos right up there potentially can really help you and help your course. That's just what I've learned and seen some videos like from my own personal experience, right? You could regurgitate what a lot of people have taught, or you could look at like, hey, yeah, I see this actually work. Because the video that I didn't think was going to do anything, actually 2 videos I didn't think were going to do anything that we made at 10 at night, about pacifiers and about filing your nails, those things, for some reason, I guess we answered the question really well, and it's being found on Google. So I think those really help you. And when you could show that kind of traffic to a company, then they're going to say, okay, yeah, then let's work together, because those traffic numbers are big. Some companies will look at your subscribers and say you don't have enough. Then that just means they don't understand. They don't understand analytics. They don't understand how traffic works and how answering questions work and intent, right? It's all about intent. What's the intent of the people who are coming to your content, the intent of people that are coming to your course? It's not really about, how well they become a super fan of you or whatever. Of course, that's best. If you can get super fans, then you really are going to be able to make money because they're going to buy everything that you do, buy all your affiliate links. But if you could be showing that traffic and you say, hey, look, thousands of people are coming to see this video per month because it's answering their question. I think, your brand and I would work well together. Let's figure something out, because I think we could bring in the same kind of traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's totally true. It's going to be a good fit. There's actually a couple comments here. There's tons. I just actually looked into YouTube, but first on Facebook, is it Rigor? Maybe Dan.
It's John. Okay. Yeah, his name is John. Yeah.
Oh, John. Okay. Hey, John. Hey, good to have you. He said, he's like, are you the guy that did the 48-hour live stream at Vid Summit? And I'm pretty sure it was a lot more than 48 hours, but he says that you are the reason that he was able to go to Vid Summit. So super appreciative of that. So I'd love to maybe hear that story. Yeah. And also want to say hello to Yvonne. Hey, Yvonne. She said that she's 2 videos into talking about ClickUp videos on YouTube, and they've already reached out to her. So she's saying that's super crazy. So she'll basically, it sounds like she was doing, Yvonne, were you doing like tutorials? So like what kind of videos were they? Were they tutorials on that platform? And it sounds like they've already reached out to her. So that's fantastic. That's awesome. So yeah, it just goes to show that brands really love, like, they don't necessarily want to, or need to be reaching out to like the big influencers. They're happy to reach out to like, people that are just starting out and building their channels as well. I'm going to look into YouTube, because I think there's a bunch of questions in here as well. Sorry, guys. Sorry we missed the questions here. Okay. I'm going to try and scroll here. Hedy, you see any good ones there?
Yeah, I've got a few good ones here.
Okay, go for it.
So Gord says, thanks, folks, for a great conversation. Dan's a great guest. Certainly is. I can agree with that. We got Simply Beth says, great points, Dan. Simply Beth says that she's a super fan, which is great. Arthur Moorhead says Daryl Eves. And one thing, I can definitely answer this, but I know Dan, you'll have your own thoughts on this as well. The Chief Happiness Officer, that's their name.
That's awesome.
Where do you find affiliates?
Where do you find affiliates? So you could most companies have an affiliate program. And it really, this is the way that I found it. This is the way I was told. This is the way to find it. Type in that company's name into Google and just write affiliate program. If you don't find one, put partner program or referral program, right? Most companies have a way to do this. And if not, if you don't find anything, pick up the phone and call them, right? Email them, because like I said before, you could always make your own deal. You can make your own, opportunity that maybe they don't give to anyone else, because no one else has ever picked up the phone and said, hey, can we talk about this? I want to bring traffic to your product. I like it. I trust it. I know it. Those are the important 3 things that before you do affiliate marketing that you should do, right? Does it work with your niche? Does it work with your brand? Do you actually use, know, and trust it? If you don't use, know, and trust it, like, don't waste your time. because you're going to waste your time of your audience if something's wrong. But if you like something, if you know something, if there's a company or a store that you go to that works well with your niche, and you don't see an affiliate program, pick up the phone, talk to someone in marketing, and keep pursuing them. Be annoying. You know what I mean? Because then they'll finally be like, hey, I mean, you guys know marketing. Like, I'm sure there's people that annoy you all the time that you're like, oh, if they don't, all right, let's just have this conversation because I want to stop getting this phone call. And then maybe it works out.
Yeah.
You know, it's making your own opportunities and taking action. It's the one thing that I learned last year. Too long, I just sat around and said, like, oh, I don't know my niche. I don't know what I want to do. Just start. Just pick up a camera, set up your YouTube channel, set up a Facebook. I don't care. Set up an Instagram. It's sometimes even easier to do that. I've been enjoying Instagram stories. You know, Rob and I did a live stream this week on Instagram. It was so easy. If you start an Instagram, page, channel, whatever they're calling it, account, make it a business account and just start putting something there for a niche. As long as you're taking action, you're starting to learn it, then you could say, all right, now I can see how this works. Let me start a YouTube channel. Let me start a Facebook page using BeLive and recording something. Let me try these different things. And then you could figure out how to reach out and start affiliate marketing. You can start it sooner than you think you should start it. That's the way I think I've looked at it. If you think you need to wait 5 months, then try this month, try next month, because it'll actually surprise you how possible things may come. They might not. Yeah. But if you don't start taking action, when you get to the 5th month or the 6th month, now you're going to have to start from where you could have started months ago. And if you just start today, I know Sean Cannell just put out a tweet the other day, a year from now, will you regret not taking action today? Something like that.
Yeah.
And for me, that was me last year. I regretted not taking action the year before, even though I had been learning and taking advice from people. And now I look back this month last year, and I'm like, I'm so glad that I took action. Even though I want to expand to more things and things outside of parenting, that gave me the opportunity. To make all these, Ross Brand's in here, Rob, Gord, John, so many people that were just in here and that I've become actual friends with and hung out in person because I took action last year. Like, you don't know the friendships, the relationships you're going to make just by trying to start something online like this. That kind of gives you those opportunities. It gives you the practice, the reps to be comfortable in front of camera and all those different things. So I know that kind of is a roundabout way of answering the question about how to find affiliates, but I think taking action, starting, and not being afraid to reach out.
Awesome. Yeah. Hopefully that answers your question there, Chief Happiness Officer. I'm not sure what your name is. Let us know what your name is. But yeah, that's a great answer.
If I could add something on top, Rob.
Yeah, for sure.
That's potentially been overlooked here, and I think it's a great opportunity. And Dan, if you've not heard about this as well, I might well just blow your mind here. So there's so my background prior to working at Thinkific, I've been in the affiliate marketing space, in the business to consumer market. And actually there's a whole host of networks out there, affiliate marketing networks. And what they have is like brands that sit within that network that have like advertisers or merchants. And then you have like the publishers, so it'll be, or influencers such as yourself, Dan.
Yeah.
And then you can log in and then look and then search like baby, home, mum and dad, home and garden, whatever it is. And you'll get a list of all the brands that are willing for either take applications for influencers or affiliates to come and join the program. Actually, a lot of the time, and this is more of like, this is dependent on the type of business. A lot of them will have what we call like auto approval. So it doesn't, so you don't even have to actually even go and speak to someone. I recommend you do anyway, certainly in the case of like YouTube, because it's because if someone's doing a video, it's obviously going to have a lot more impact than someone just dropping a link in their main site. But you can, if there's networks like Commission Junction, Shareasell, Awin, who I used to work for, let me see, there's
Flex Offers,
Trade Doubler, like there's tons. And there's Commission Junction is probably the biggest one in the US, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, and you can sign up to all those as an affiliate for free and then just log straight in and have a look. So I'll get those links in the chat after, but that's a great place. Like, and you can see how much they're going to pay if they give you a bonus, and then they'll actually provide you a lot with like marketing materials. So it could be like banners for social or email copy. So a lot of them will do like a Black Friday sale, for example, and it will say like hit your list like the one time with this. great opportunity. So yeah, Stan, if you don't know about that, hopefully I'll give you some pointers after this if you like, but I'm sure you do anyway. But if anyone out there that's looking for new affiliate programs, that's a great place to start as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, good tips. We got actually a question and some comments here as well. So Yvonne is saying refereeism. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And also affiliate, great affiliate programs for your own stuff. Daniel Peters is asking do you guys know any affiliate apps or something to offer your people to use for being an affiliate for my own homemade products? Any tips there, guys?
Yeah, I have a few, but Dan, if you'd like to.
Yeah.
So is looking for affiliate apps?
Yeah, is that what you're referring to there, Daniel?
I think he probably wants to use. So he's looking for affiliate software, so people
to track affiliates.
Okay.
If he's a new business, if you're a new business user, if you're new, you're starting out and you don't have a lot of capital to start with, if you're using WordPress, WP Affiliate is a pretty good one to use, and that's pretty cheap. IDEV Affiliate is pretty cheap as well, and you can use like a cloud-based solution. You just got to put some tracking code on your site. Depending on your shopping cart, so if it's like Shopify, Magento, BigCommerce, and all that stuff, you go into your integrations area and just search like affiliate, and a lot of the times they'll have like those brands that I mentioned, also CJ, when all those guys will have like a plugin that you can just buy. But the big ones like Commission Junction, ShareSale, Affiliate Window, and that, probably not. Like if you're a course creator, I would probably not recommend it. If you're on affiliate, if you're on Thinkific and you're looking to, sell your products on there, or whatever it is, you can use our affiliate tracking there. But WP Engine's a pretty good one, and it's pretty cheap, like low barrier to entry. So if you wanted, whoever, what was that person's name, Rob? You're on mic. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Daniel Peters.
Daniel, if you want to reach out to me after, mate, I'll be on the Facebook channel. Just shoot me a direct message and I'll give you a hand with that.
Awesome. Yeah, we got another question here. Rigor, that's not his name. Dan, what's his name? Rigor is saying,
John.
Hey, John. Hey, John says he wrote an app for the iOS and Android for his brand. He has a page within his app that lists all of his affiliate links, including links to Roberto Blake's course and other courses. So yeah, I think Daniel was asking what kind of apps to track affiliates, and he said that's awesome. Perfect. Also want to say hello to on YouTube. I'm just checking questions here, but Chief Happiness Officer is Shannon. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks for joining us. That's awesome. Also, just sort of a shameless plug, I put in our affiliate link there. So if anyone's interested in becoming a Thinkific partner, put the links in both YouTube and Facebook as well. So if you guys have any questions about that, Patty is the man to ask those questions.
Maybe, who knows?
Awesome. This has been really good. If there's any other questions out there on YouTube and Facebook, drop them in before we start wrapping it up here. We always shoot for about half an hour on these lives, but we always go way over.
Always disappointed. This is how we lure you in, Dan. We're like, it's going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be 5 minutes. Yeah.
After Vid Summit, I could go. Man, I could go. As long as you want me to go. I did a live with Gord Eisman, and it was about I think 3 hours, him and I on his channel. He was so exhausted at the end. I'm like, hey, I could keep going, man.
Man.
It's just, it's just, part of it. And live videos is a great way to go too. And I think that's a great way to go for course creators too. If you're looking for an outlet to market yourself, or even just to create and shoot your courses, live video, man, you don't have to edit. All you need to do is just be comfortable on camera. And, I think that just takes reps. That just takes doing it.
And even if you're not comfortable, just do it, and then you'll eventually get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at me and Patty. We're super awkward, but we're still awkward. No.
Yeah. No. I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd be on camera. Like you asked me to 2.5 years to be on camera doing this type of thing. I'd be like no way. Like my thing was just hammering a phone, making sales. Like that was the thing, right? But now I'm well. That live guy.
No, you're awesome, man. You do really well, and I got to get Dan on board to try to get you to create that YouTube channel. But
I don't know what to say, Dan. Like I don't even. When you were talking earlier, because you might have, if you rewind this, there were bits where I'm like,
yeah.
But hey, if you want to talk, man, I'll sit down and we'll do some virtual coffee, as Rob calls it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Do it. Do it.
We'll talk
Got
about
my
how
coffee.
you get this set up and be practical. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
man, look, like the reality is there's this stat. What is it? I think it was a 2015 statistic that in 2019, 85% of all worldwide internet traffic will be video.
Yeah.
So whether that's true or not right now, which I think it's like 80%, if you're not using video, you're losing. Like if you have a blog, yeah, blogs are great. Like you need to be doing it, but you need video somehow, right? And incorporating that into your content in some way. Whatever platform you want to use, like you don't have to do YouTube. You could do any platform. Actually, LinkedIn, which Rob knows a lot about right now, is that LinkedIn video is great right now with the reach and stuff. If you can find a way to use video, and it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be anything that's expensive. You could literally take this thing that you have right here and start creating video, which the camera that's on these phones right now for the last like 3 years, the camera that's on there is better quality than some of the cameras we had 10, 12 years ago. Even on the professional, maybe a little more, like 15, 20 years ago, right? Yeah. And then one thing I always say, if you know, what's his name? From the early silent era, but Buster Keaton.
Oh yeah.
So if you ever seen any Buster Keaton films, right? Like he's crazy. He did all his own stunts, right? One thing I look back at, like the like early 1900s, if he had an iPhone and a YouTube channel, what would he do? He would do so many things just with that, right? So just taking out your phone and starting to do video, just teaching what you know. It doesn't have to be long. In fact, sometimes it's better if it's not. Sometimes it is better if it's long because you're getting more watch time if you're teaching those kind of things on YouTube. But even if you're doing it on Instagram, like what's the intent of people going to that platform and find a way to help serve them? And being able to do it with video, it's critical. Understanding what's important about doing that, like even your about page on your course, right? If your course has an about page, like you could talk about yourself or you could talk about how you're serving your customer. And if you do it in video, how you help them, man, that's even better. Because how many people just go to that page and be like, oh man, there's this like long worded thing. I'm not going to read this, like whatever. But if there's a video there, it's like, hey, it's like a minute and a half, like 90 seconds, just talking about how they serve. Like, that's great. Because that'll suck you right in. And why not? You can still have all your text and all your words and still build out your blog. But having video in there, I think, is so critical. And it also, you talk about B2C and B2V, right? But what about like human to human, right? A written word just doesn't do that because our guards are up right now. Like everything's like, oh, is that an ad? Is that a bot? Is that really a person? Are they just trying to scam me? But if you're showing like human to human and you show you're authentic and be transparent, we were talking about affiliate marketing. I always like to be transparent. Even if it works against me, like, hey, this is an affiliate link. You don't have to buy off of it if you don't want to. Like essentially, you don't necessarily say that, but like, hey, I'm being transparent. This is, but I know and trust it. It's not something I just randomly picked. I think video helps us be more transparent and helps us be more human to human, which is what I think is so great about opportunities that we have where we could do like 15-minute calls. Instagram, you could actually do a call in the DMs now. And actually do like as if it's Instagram Live, but it's just between you two. Like what a great way to use video to talk with your customers, talk with people that need help. And I would love to offer that anyone here that wants to reach out to me and talk about video or YouTube, just send me a message on Instagram or LinkedIn, here on Facebook, wherever. I'm Daniel Patrick Norton on Instagram, and I'll be willing to chat with you, talk with you about how you could use video and see where we could go from there.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. We got a quick question here from Daniel Peters. Thanks for asking this question. I think it's a really good one. He's wondering, he doesn't want to use WordPress. So what is best to use for a website or home base? Squarespace, Shopify, or is it even necessary? I guess he's also referring to, a place to link his Thinkific course from. So you guys have any thoughts on that? Like, obviously the quick, my answer to that is that you can actually build somewhat of a website directly on Thinkific. There's custom pages, there's home pages, there's all that stuff. So you can actually build your website using the Thinkific platform, not just for courses. So check that out if you haven't already. But what are your thoughts, guys?
So like in regards to like just the blogging element, if you're not going to blog, if you're not going to like type out, do that daily blog and write all that stuff, then like what Rob's saying is you can create all on Thinkific. create a custom page, and you can have your own domain. So it would be like, you know, my website, courses.mywebsite or mywebsite.com. I link directly to that. There is value in having a blog, and obviously WordPress, you know, was originally set up to be a blog. So if you can find an alternative where you can host a blog, it's good for, it's good for like the SEO benefit, but only if you're gonna actually like do the reps and make and crank it out. But if you're not, just you can stick with a Thinkific site. You can tag it all up and make sure it's SEO friendly, and obviously do the transaction, the affiliate tracking. You can do all that stuff through it, and have obviously membership levels. So think of it like, you know, you have your own, like, it's like having your own like sort of Patreon site, but without Patreon taking a cut or, you know, doing any funny business. Dan, like, what are your thoughts there, bro?
I've used Squarespace just because it's easy. So when I started Parent Pacifier, I had a Squarespace site originally that was just kind of my filmmaker site where people come to see my, you know, content, my films and stuff. So I was like, I'll just use Squarespace. I already know it. There's some limitations, I think, with it, but I think there's a lot of, it's very easy to use. I think it's something like 90 something a year. But it is a very easy platform to use if you're looking to like have like a website that then you could link, you know, to your courses and everything. But then I think you could even use landing page softwares like Lead Pages or ClickFunnels, something like that, where you could build out just like a site that leads right to, you know, opt-ins or anything that you could then send everybody over to Thinkific somewhere. And I think here's an important one, just a resource page. Like having a resource page where you have all your affiliate marketing. Like that's the one big thing. That's Pat Flynn calls it the most profitable page on your website, because a lot of times people come to you like, hey, here's your page, whatever, your blog or whatever. You have a little resource page and you can see like, hey, my top resources at the top. You give your whole like, hey, these are affiliate links and being transparent, but I know, trust, and use every one of these, and then start sharing them and how each one of those help your needs, not your needs, but your customer's needs. That's the way I think to explain it. Like, you know, that's one thing I've been developing over on parentpacifier.com. I need to build that out more myself. But yeah, so for that I use Squarespace, but I think you could even go even simpler if you don't want to have a whole big, you know, a whole lot of different stuff. Where you could be using those things to build leads. But yeah, I think there's a lot of different options out there besides just WordPress.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm just gonna I was just actually I was just thinking about what you're saying that do you know what, it's just at the tip of my blooming tongue and I've just lost it.
It's Friday.
Fridays. So annoying because
come on, Patty, you got it.
Like hot. I'm gonna sit back and
I'll
let you guys
it'll come back again. Well, I'm gonna start wrapping it up, but I want to make sure we answer all the questions here. So if you guys, anybody on Facebook or YouTube Live, ask your questions before we kind of start wrapping it up. And in the meantime, Dan, I want to get a tip from you for our course creators out there. Starting out, or content creators, right? You're awesome with creating content. I see all the stuff that you do on a daily basis on Instagram Live. So what tips do you have for anyone that's creating a brand, creating a course, anything? One tip for today.
Oh, one tip, man. It's just start taking action. Like that, for me, that was the biggest thing. Like you could sit back, try to be perfect. That's one thing that Gordon and I talk a lot about, is you try to be perfect, and that can hold you back, right? That could prevent you from moving forward, right? If you're just sitting in one spot and you're waiting for that perfect moment, it's never going to come. You need to move forward. You need to take action and make something happen. If I didn't take action a year ago, even if I didn't have like a full clear plan, right? And I'm still developing that, right? It's going to develop over time. Taking action, saying, all right, here's the things that I'm going to do. Here's the platforms I'm going to work on. Being simple, like, hey, I'm going to do YouTube, and we're going to put some stuff in some of these places, like in these other places, but I'm going to focus on YouTube and our website, right? Focus on YouTube and the website. Or maybe for you, it's focusing on Instagram. I'm just going to focus on Instagram, start creating content starting today, and then batch creating that, right? So sit down, shoot a whole bunch of stuff in one day. I'm just going to take action, shoot a bunch of stuff in one day. Even if that's just taking your phone, doing one take stuff where you're like, hey, I'm going to talk about this today, blah, 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 1 minute. All right, good. Save. Next thing, right? I think Evan Carmichael calls it limit the amount of time from your brain to action, right? Like don't let too much time go in between. Just start taking action, and you'll learn the more you do it, right? The quantity leads to quality idea, that the more you start doing, the more you'll figure it out, the more it'll come come together. Same thing with your courses. Like, hey, you have your course outline ready. Like, start shooting video for it. Like, because you'll shoot it and then maybe something will come up and you realize, oh, that's not working, or that didn't sound right. Now I could go back and figure it out. Where if you didn't do it for months, then you're just wasting time and you're waiting, and the people you could serve are now waiting for hearing from you. So that, for me, that's the biggest thing. And that's, if I didn't take action a year ago, I would have, you got Rhaegar John in the comments. Him and I met in Philly. I wouldn't have met him, and we wouldn't have volunteered together at Vid Summit. We wouldn't have met Evan Carmichael in New York. So 3 cities in like 6 months, him and I got together. Wouldn't have gotten to build the friendships that I have. Like even with Ross Brand, him and I went to NAB together right here in New York City after Vid Summit. Like I'm here with Ross Brand. Like, this is pretty awesome. And I can consider him a friend now because I took action, and then I just got involved in the communities and that I wanted to be a part of. So I know it's not really like a technical tip.
No, that's good.
But I know for me, if I didn't constantly hear my mentors, like Owen Video, who's really like the guy that I look at as my mentor, is saying like, and Roberto Blake's like saying, just start, just take action, then figure out your strategy, right? Be strategic. Don't overwhelm yourself, but start taking action in one area and start learning everything you can while you're taking action. Don't try to just keep learning and not take action. Like, learn something, take action on it. All right, now I figure out how I could do that better. The next one, take action. And you could be building your content, you could be building your courses and your video stuff exactly that way. I know for me, I know video, I know filmmaking, so I know that part of for me was easy. That might be more difficult, but if you start taking action, you'll actually learn how to use all this gear and all this technique, and reach out to the people who know how to do it. You can build friendships with the people who know how to do it. There's countless YouTube channels and there's online courses everywhere. I'm sure Thinkific has hundreds of those courses that teach you how to do this kind of stuff. So, and that's part of maybe taking your action today is finding the right people to connect with or watch and learn how to use the gear, or reach out to someone like myself or Rob, like anyone who knows how to do video and ask, how can I do this?
Awesome. That's great. Yeah. No, that's really good, man. Take action out there. Patty, did you remember your question?
No.
Your thought? Okay.
It was gonna be pretty good. So next time.
No way. It's all good. I'm sure we'll come back to you. But Dan, want to say thank you. Some really good comments here. I think, it's been really helpful. Thank you to Daniel Pierce, to Gail, to Ross Brand out there, to John. Everybody's just saying thanks on the feed. And we're going to drop all of Dan's links to his channel, his Instagram page. Sorry, his YouTube channel, his Instagram, all of that. Connect with him. He is just a wealth of information. Ross is saying that you've just had such a fantastic year because you're taking action. So I totally agree. So yeah, thank you so much. If there's anything that we can do at Thinkific to help you out, let us know. Yeah, we're here for you.
I've remembered it. I've remembered.
Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go, guys.
Here we go. So Dan, because you mentioned you've got this software that you're developing right now, can you talk about it at all? Is there any hints that you can give about what it is and what it does?
Oh, I don't have a software.
Oh.
I think John was talking about an app he was made, but I'm doing what do you call it? Just going to start doing video marketing for businesses or either consulting businesses or even course creators as well. Yeah. So if anyone wants to reach out and want to figure out how you could create video, I'd love to, be able to set up like a 15-minute call with you, and we could talk about a discovery, how you could figure out how to create video for your marketing or video for your courses. But I'll be doing that for businesses locally and beyond who want to create video packages. So that would be like the about your business video about you as the owner, which connects you human to human with people, with your customers, or just the people you serve. And so that's something that I've been developing going into 2019, and I'll be teaching on that. So I hope to be able to have a course at some point in 2019 that'll be able to teach people how to do video at different levels. So
amazing. That was it. Yeah. I hope that wasn't too anticlimactic.
I thought it was going to be a big...
Because I was just like, I want to make sure he gets the plug in.
Yeah.
With my affiliate link, of course. But yeah, hey everyone, thank you so much. Thanks to everyone for joining us on the Facebook Live, everyone on the YouTube Live. Dan, thank you, mate. Real pleasure chatting, and I'm looking forward to chatting again with you, mate. Rob, thanks for teeing us up.
Thank you, guys. Thank everyone on the live. See you guys later. And if you guys are watching this on the replay, drop your questions. We're still watching. We'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, guys.